Hey, good morning and welcome back, guys. Thanks again for tuning in today and clicking on the link and checking out the video. Today I want to talk to you about some verses from Hebrews chapter 4, verses 14 through 16, which says, "Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has ascended into heaven, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we profess. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are. Yet he did not sin. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need." And in the Old Testament, the high priest was responsible for making sacrifices on behalf of the people. He was this mediator between God and the people of Israel. And there is some really beautiful truth in these verses from Hebrews talking about Jesus, the Son of God, being our high priest, our mediator, and he is able to empathize with our struggles. He is faithful to the things he promises, and he desires his people to approach him with confidence. So stop a second and consider this. The fact that God is not distant and unknown, but he invites his people to approach him. And that is awesome. And as we come nearer to God through Christ, we learn more about him. We are not disappointed by false promises, unkept, or disillusioned by threats and fear, but instead we see more of his holiness, more of his love, more of his grace, and more of his mercy. And as a result, God is honored. Those who approach God and see him as holy can't help but encourage others to do the same. And part of what we do as worship leaders is exactly this. We've been changed by our experience of God. As we've approached him, we've come to this greater awareness of his holiness and everything about him, and now we want all people to have the same experience, to come nearer to a God who is overflowing with love, mercy, grace, and faithfulness. What a privilege that is to be able to do that together each week.